Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley here at Sprinkled with Glitter. Thanks for joining me today. Today I am sharing 2 ways to create shaped die cut cards, and I am featuring the brand new Essentials by Ellen November 2020 birthday release. EllenHutson.com just celebrated their 14th birthday. Happy birthday, Ellen! And I am excited to bring to you some projects featuring some of the new products, including this brand new rainbow card die set, which is going to be the star of the show today. Now, I wanted to show you how well this fits on an A2 size card base. You get the outline as well as the little inner bow parts of the rainbow. And I have some more of the brand new release here. This is not the complete release, so if you want to see the complete release, go ahead and follow the link that's in the YouTube description below. I will have the entire release linked for you there. There are some fabulous products in this release, including these new Essential Clouds. And I love the Essential shapes from the Essentials by Ellen line because they give you not only the shape, but the frame. So it's like a 2-for-1. Next up is the Big Scripty Happy Birthday die set. Now this is a fabulous die set because it is big enough to stand alone, but it is sized to use on either a portrait or landscaped style A2 size card. But when you stack this up like I'm going to do today, it creates a lot of dimension. It is so much fun. And this die comes with the outline die as well, so it creates the base for this scripty sentiment. And finally, I'm not using this one today, but this is the felt rainbow die set. It is so amazing because it comes with the outline to create like this felt plushie, or you could die cut it with cardstock as well. And then it has a separate die for the actual stitching holes. So you can either die cut this with or without the stitching holes. Some people, when they're doing their stitching, they don't want the pre-cut holes. So I think it's ingenious that the Ellen Hutson line did this, where you can either cut the stitching holes or leave them off. And that gives you more versatility with the die as well. So let's get into making our shaped cards. I'm starting out with a piece of letter-sized Neenah Solar White heavyweight cardstock. I'm cutting it right down the middle at 5.5, and I'm taking one of those pieces and I'm cutting that in half at 4.25 inches. So I have my half sheet and my 2/4 sheets. Now the half sheet I'm going to take over to my scoreboard, and I'm going to score this at 4.25 inches. And this creates an A2 card base. And I'm going to take the outline of my rainbow, the base of this rainbow card die set, and I'm going to create a shaped rainbow card. So once I have this scored, I'm going to reinforce that fold with my Teflon bone folder, and then I'm going to bring in my die. And what I'm doing is I'm just allowing the very upper blade of this die to just hang over the fold of my card just slightly. And I'm taping my die in place. And this is kind of out of focus, but hopefully you can tell that there's just a little bit of that die exposed on the top of the die that's hanging over the fold line. And then I'm going to put this through my Gemini Junior to die cut it. Now, because I'm die cutting 2 layers of heavyweight cardstock, I did use a metal shim to get through both layers. And you can see that when I remove my die, I'm going to have this perfect rainbow shaped card. Now, the great thing about the techniques I'm showing you today is that you can do these with any shape dies that you have in your stash. And I'm showing you these techniques with a rainbow shape today, but you could do these with a heart, with a circle, with a cloud. So that was the first way to create a shaped card. The second way is to take these 1/4 sheets and to die cut them separately. So I'm going to end up with 2 of these rainbow pieces. So I'm going to run this through my die cut machine. Once again, I'm using the Neenah Solar White heavyweight cardstock. And once I have both of my pieces cut, I'm going to take one of those pieces over to my scoreboard, and I'm going to create a score line. Now, I like to create my score line like somewhere between like 3/8 and a 1/2 inch in. So you can see my 2 pieces here. I'm bringing in my scoreboard. I'm going to place this, and I'm going to line it up, the bottom part of this rainbow up with one line there, and kind of hold it in place with some tape so that I don't move it, because I tend to move things. And then I'm going to take my stylus, and about a 1/2 inch in from the top of that rainbow, I'm going to create a score line. And this is going to create the fold. Now I'm only doing this on one of my pieces, and this is the back piece of my card. I prefer a stylus for this because I can really get into the right groove and kind of keep it in there. So once I've created that score line, I will kind of fold it over, use my Teflon bone folder to reinforce that fold. And then I am going to add some adhesive above that score line. So just to the very top part, that hingy part of this shape. Now today I'm using a little bit of score tape. This is the 1/4 inch score tape. And along the very top, I didn't quite get adhesive all the way to the top, and I didn't really want it to separate. So I just took a little bit of liquid adhesive and placed it right along the top edge of this rainbow. And once I have my adhesive in place, then I can take the top portion of my card, layer it right on top of this back part with the hinge, and press them together, and I have a rainbow shaped card. Now, I will tell you that the benefit of doing it this way is that you don't lose any part of your shape. So you have the entire full rainbow here, and these stand up really nicely, but I'm going to bring in the other one. The other one is kind of seamless, but you have kind of like a little flat part along the top of that shaped card. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm going to try to hold them up together, and hopefully you can see there's kind of a little flat part on that first technique. The second technique preserves the entire shape of the card. Now I wanted to show you that you can do this with the brand new Essential Cloud dies as well. And because this creates the frame, I'm going to use the second technique that I showed you today to create my cloud shaped card base. So I've cut 2 of those clouds. I'm taking one of them and I'm placing it into my scoreboard, and I am scoring it about a 1/2 inch down from the top to create my hinge. Then I'm going to add some adhesive above that score line. I'm going to remove the backer and then layer the top piece on this back piece and press them together. And that gives me a cloud shaped card base. So like I said, you can do this with any shape die that you have in your stash. Obviously, some thicker kind of more solid shapes are going to work better than like a sentiment, but you could definitely try it with a sentiment as well. So I wanted to create kind of this a little bit unexpected color palette for this rainbow. So I have several pieces of cardstock here, and I'm going to take this inner part of this rainbow that cuts all of the different sized bows, and I'm going to run it through my die cut machine using all of these different colors cardstock. Now this is going to give me enough pieces to create 5 different rainbows. I'm going to have to go in different order for the rainbows, but I will have enough pieces to create 5 rainbows. So I only die cut these one time, with the exception of the sea glass cardstock, to create all of my rainbows for my cards today, and then I had it left over. Now the reason I had to die cut the sea glass cardstock a second time was because I was using the 3rd piece in the rainbow for both of these cards for that sea glass cardstock. Now, in order to line these up, I'm actually taking them and placing them into my mini MISTI, and I've removed the foam piece from the mini MISTI, and that's giving me a ledge to kind of butt these bows up against. That bottom flat part is kind of all going to line up, and I'm just using the ledge of that mini MISTI there to kind of just place all of these in order and kind of get them all lined up. And this is the back side that I have facing up towards me. And once I have those in place, I'm going to just take my foam adhesive and just put a little piece there, trim it off, and then I will add another piece of foam adhesive along the other side, along the bottom, to keep all of these pieces together. And this just seemed like the easiest way to make sure they were all lined up, that they were where they were supposed to be, and I just kind of nestled them into each other. And then I went overboard on the foam tape on the back of this rainbow, but you know, we don't want a saggy rainbow. That would not be a happy rainbow. So we're going to make sure that we have plenty of foam adhesive along the back. We'll remove the backer and then place this onto our rainbow shaped card base. And you could use any color cardstock for your card base. I just happened to choose white today. And that gives me a really fun rainbow shaped card. Now I repeated this process just in a different order for this other card, and I placed my rainbow down onto my card base. And now I have 2 rainbow shaped cards. So let's add a sentiment. I am going to use the big scripty happy birthday die set from the Essentials by Ellen line. This is perfect timing for their birthday celebration. And I'm going to die cut it from this kind of warm silver cardstock. This is from a memory box glitter cardstock stack, and I have to tell you, I am super impressed with this glitter cardstock. It is not shedding at all. It die cut beautifully, and it has some beautiful shades of silver and gold, not just your normal like garish silver and garish gold. It has some champagne-y colors and some warm silvers in there, and I'm absolutely loving it. I have a few more in my cart right now. Because you only get 2 sheets of each color, so I need more than 1 pad in order to satisfy my glitter-loving heart. So in order to give this a little dimension, I've die cut this sentiment from some Neenah Solar White heavyweight cardstock. I've die cut it 3 times, and I'm stacking them up using some spray adhesive. Now, this is like really the first time that I've tried the spray adhesive on the back. I don't know that I love it. I'm not sure. It's much quicker than putting like liquid adhesive along the back, but I didn't find it as easy to work with as I thought it would be. And maybe it was the liquid or the spray adhesive that I used. But anyway, I stacked them up. I added my glitter piece on the top, and then I added a little bit of liquid adhesive on the back and placed that onto my rainbow card base. And then I took a vellum cloud that I die cut using the new Essential Cloud dies from the Essentials by Ellen line. Kind of tuck that up underneath the sentiment so it's kind of hanging off my card base there, and that finishes off my first card. Now I repeated the same stacking process for my second card using all white cardstock. So I stacked it up 4 times. I layered it onto a piece of vellum that was cut using the shadow die, and I placed it kind of at an angle over there on this card base, and I slipped in the vellum frame that the Essential Cloud dies creates when you die cut the cloud. And that just finished off my second card. Now for the cloud shape card, I went ahead and created a 3rd rainbow, and I die cut another little cloud out of some white cardstock. And I've attached my rainbow to that cloud, and I'm just going to fuss with it a little bit here. I had this piece of foam adhesive. I'm going to end up removing that here so that it's kind of dangling off. And I'm going to use a piece of glitter cardstock underneath that kind of stretches from the card base to the end of that rainbow to stabilize it. And I stamped this little smile greeting. This is from the Better Days Ahead, I believe it's called, stamp set. It was available from ellenhutson.com exclusively earlier this year as a gift with purchase, but now you can actually purchase it. And I think it coordinates with all of this line of brand new products so well. I'm so happy that they made this available for everyone. And here's that glitter cardstock strip that I told you about to kind of stabilize the end of that rainbow. I don't know if I love that, but you know, it's something different. So that completes my 3rd shaped card for today. So I have a couple of rainbow cards, 1 cloud shaped card with that kind of rainbow dangling off the edge. It may need a 5x7 envelope. I haven't checked on that yet. But keep in mind, when you have really dimensional cards, you can always use like a bubble mailer to send them through the mail as well. So there you have it. 2 ways to create shaped die cut cards featuring some brand new products from the Essentials by Ellen line that are a part of the November 2020 birthday release. Happy birthday, ellenhutson.com. I adore ellenhutson.com. If you haven't shopped there before, they have amazing shipping, amazing customer service, and I think you'll really enjoy your shopping experience there. As always, I will have links to the featured products used in this project in the description at YouTube, so check there if you're looking for something in particular. And you can head on over to my blog at sprinkledwithglitter.com. Over there, I'll have more still shots, more information, and a complete list of supplies. And I will link my Instagram below because over there we are doing an Instagram hop today featuring these brand new products from the Essentials by Ellen line. There's going to be lots of inspiration, lots of eye candy for you to look at, so be sure you check that out. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed these projects. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications for my YouTube channel so you won't miss any of my paper crafting and card making video tutorials. And if you enjoyed this video, I would really love it if you would share it with a friend as well. As always, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I am so glad you're here. And until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.